So I wanted to create an event that celebrated the values in Wired every month in print and iPad, every day on the website, on our tweets, our podcasts. Because we're a magazine about the innovators, the visionaries, the brave people changing the world, whether it's designing products that change our behavior, networks that connect us, trying to solve problems we didn't think there were solutions to. So we've got 40 or so of the really impressive people, the visionaries, up here sharing their stories. And you now have 30 seconds to introduce yourself to people on both sides of you, because it's important that you connect. So don't be shy and say hello.
And one of the areas that I'm looking at is the idea of reputation capital. Now, my working definition is that reputation capital is the measure or value of a person's reputation across different communities and marketplaces. This isn't your social media profile, this is something different. Because what's starting to happen is that as people transact on Zopa, as they transact on TaskRabbit, as they transact on Airbnb, they are leaving a reputation trail of how well they can and can't be trusted. So what I'm interested in is, can the different dimensions of trust, generosity, reliability, consistency, can they be tracked and aggregated? Now, I think that reputation capital is going to become a cornerstone of the 21st century economy. I think it's going to become a currency that's more valuable and important than our credit history.
Instead of the laser printer, we have the 3D printer. That's my MakerBot. I now have several of these MakerBots. That's a very early one. These 3D printers cost less than $1,000 and can be made by children. And what it allows you to do is to upload your design and let factories bid on making them for you. And they'll take any units. They'll make 10, 100, 10,000, a million. It's just a different price. You can just upload your CAD file to a Chinese factory, and they'll make it for you. And a week later, it shows up on your desktop. And they take credit cards, and they take PayPal, and they don't care who you are. Now, anybody can make anything. And the question is, what are we going to make?
I've always loved the idea of computers. Or when I first started computer programming, I would love to let a computer crunch numbers that had no point. Like, I'd get up in the morning, and I would see the result, but the computer was doing nothing all night. Like, I love maxing out processors for no purpose. You know what I mean? Seriously. And now it's even better with cloud computing. Like, the kind of things you can max out are almost infinite.
Another example is blood glucose. So I've been testing pretty much every day. Isn't that a nice ominous sound? This thing takes blood. Just these things which prick people's fingers is around $1 billion industry in the US. No technology, just a spring. And generally how it works is you have this thing, goes like that, it's a strip, then you hurt yourself, ouch, then blood comes out, then you go like this. So diabetics have to do this, delicious, a couple of times a day, then it counts down, and then, boom, it gives you a number, 101. What the hell does that mean? Like, this thing determines whether you live or die, and it doesn't even tell you, and this thing is state of the art, this thing doesn't even tell you whether that number was good or not.
Irony, because we deal with people who are using innovation not necessarily to create a better world, and I can think of few experiences of innovation that were as powerful as that of 9/11. Because obviously the idea to take a plane that my mom and others were on and turn it into a missile and kill thousands of individuals was a very innovative idea. We can't deny that fact. And well, how can we use innovation to be able to fight fire with fire and provide a counter-narrative to that of the extremists?
Matthew Key joined Telefonica O2 in 2002, was CFO, rose up to be CEO in the UK, then CEO in Europe, and 2 weeks ago handed on the mantle of running O2 to become the CEO of Telefonica Digital, a whole new wing of Telefonica, a whole new startup within a massive corporation.
Or there's the canonical representation thing, which I always love, which is Bubblino, which is a guy called Adrian McEwen just connected an Arduino to a bubble machine, pointed it at the internet, and it blows bubbles when it sees its own name.
What is sound to me?
This can be sound. This can be sound.
Sound can be terrifying. It can be beautiful.
Sound is kind of like a color that you could hear.
For me, in my head, it's like when I hear sounds, I hear things like knocking into each other.
All the vibrations that come at us from all different directions for any purpose at all.
We're vibrating. You and I, we're a chord.
You feel vibrations as a kind of sense of touching from a distance.
It's a way that we can sort of stay in like physical contact with each other.
And it's a really big way that we relate to the world.